Alright, I'm good.
We just started taping. We were
loosening up our face holes.
Like this.
Our mouths.
Yeah, making sure we were ready to tape. And so this is Tana and Bill, and we're doing some ravings today.
What are we raving about?
We're going to talk about Princess Kate and that cute baby we've been waiting on. And I've been waiting and waiting. I keep checking my Facebook feed, and there's no fucking baby. I don't think she's pregnant.
I don't really give a flying fuck.
No, we're really not talking about Princess Kate at all. That was a farce. We are going to talk about the much more serious and life-changing topic. Werewolves, lycanthropy.
Or how to protect your children.
Or were creatures in general. They don't necessarily have to become wolves. I have heard of were-owls, which seem to be kind of pussies. They don't fight well.
You know, that might be kind of pussy, but at the same time, how badass would it be if you could just turn into a bird and fly when you wanted to?
Especially like a white owl.
Come on.
That would be awesome.
Say what?
Yeah, no, it's not out of racism. It's out of love for David Bowie. I would love to turn into a white owl and fly around. But yeah, so there are other...
Magic dance.
Yes. But I digress. There are a lot of were-creatures out there. There are werewolves, were-horses, were-whatever. I read a book about a were-dragon once. It was a really short book. I didn't really enjoy it as much.
They didn't put a lot of thought into it.
No, next time, I mean, really, come on.
Were-panthers.
Were-panthers, that's big. That's actually in the True Blood book series.
Yeah.
And actually, no, in the TV series as well. Jason Stackhouse was attacked by some were-panthers.
Yep.
So yeah, there's were every fucking thing.
There really is. It's a cool concept.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it goes back, ever since there's been humans. There's been talk of people that could turn into various creatures or creatures that could turn into human form.
There are news-like stories going back as far as the, 1500s?
Yeah.
Of different people being tried for their werewolf activities or
Gary motherfuckers
with the devil and turning into a wolf-like creature.
Well, and I don't know what the proof was back then, because I know with witches, at least, they tried to see if you could float. I don't know what your proof would have been back in the day.
If you float, you're a witch. If you drown, we're sorry.
Sorry about your luck. But yeah, I don't know what the criteria was to be named werewolf at the time. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. There was that one, some woman had claimed that her baby had been kidnapped or taken and eaten by a wolf in front of her, and
that was a dingo. The dingo ate
a dingo ate my baby. But then a kid shows up and he's like, "Nah, that was me. I turn into a wolf sometimes." And they're like, "Well, good. We're gonna have to kill you for it."
Right.
Yeah, dog.
Go lay down. But yeah, so there's been werewolf creatures everywhere, and it's been it pops in and out of literature and film, and it goes back just legends.
Well, yeah, legends. There are all kinds of faiths involved, but it's not just like a European thing that got passed down over here, because they had similar myths in the U.S. when we showed up. Native Americans talked about what they called the skinwalkers,
right?
And that was basically just people who could shift into different animals, pretty much a anything creature.
Yeah.
But they weren't...
Those of you True Blood fans would know that's a pure shifter.
Yeah, a pure shifter.
Yeah.
A were of sorts. But they didn't have anything special. They weren't attacked by someone. It's almost like a shamanistic state of mind that you reach. And then you can become whatever animal you want.
Well, yeah,
that's a kind of cool concept.
Yeah, you're born that way. So it's not a lifestyle choice. I was born this way. It's not my fault. Don't hate.
Can't be a hater, yo. I'm just a dog.
Right. Just a dog trying to get a bone.
Well, you had mentioned the correlation with werewolves and vampires.
Yeah.
Why are the vampires so much more popular?
Why are they more popular, and why are they always enslaving the poor werewolves?
Yeah,
what the fuck is that?
All about?
Right. Well, and as a matter of fact, there is a rumor I heard years ago about the movie From Dusk Till Dawn. And in that film, Quentin Tarantino's character and George Clooney's character were alleged to have been, I say it alleged.
Allegedly.
Yeah, to have been werewolves, and that's why the vampires in the bar specifically attacked them. I don't know.
That would almost make sense, but then again, Harvey Keitel's character was far hairier.
That's true. That's true. You know what my favorite... And people are going to say that I change topics too much, but fuck you. So, here's my thing. That movie, my favorite part of the whole fucking movie is when they're driving to the bar before the vampire attack scene happens and before the alleged werewolves go werewolfing, because that never happens. But they're in the RV traveling, and Tarantino's sitting across from that chick, that little skinny girl,
Oh yeah,
Juliette Lewis.
Yeah, that's it.
And who's just the tiniest little gumdrop ever. But he's sitting across from her and he's staring at her feet, and the look on his face when he looks up her legs is fucking crazy. Like he's got the crazy eyes bad, and that's my favorite part of the whole movie.
I don't even remember that scene.
Oh, see? And then it's like right after that, he because he's crazy, he hears her say, "Would you eat out my pussy?" or something to that effect. Oh. And then he's like, "Yeah, I'll do that for you." And she's like, "What?"
I can definitely take care of this.
Right? And she's like, "What?" And he's like, "That thing that you said I would do that." And she's like, "What are you talking about?"
I didn't say anything creepy.
Yeah. So that's the connection between werewolves and vampires is that for some reason in Hollywood movies they're always battling each other.
Yeah, the whole True Blood series. Well, not the whole series, but the past couple seasons they've dealt a lot with that.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But even going back, like when I was a kid, do you remember? The Monster Squad?
Yes! Wolfman and Got Nards!
Movie.
Yeah, Wolfman and Got Nards.
Get Wolfman and the Nards!
Yeah. Well, but Bram Stoker's Dracula, both the many adaptations done in film, but the original literary composition, he had dominion over the wolves. He could control them. They were not werewolves from my understanding, as far as I'm aware anyway, but they did have some kind of magicalness.
Well, no, there was a werewolf. In the story, I believe. No,
he turned into a wolfman creature from Dracula himself. Okay. Bram Stoker, he didn't. But yeah, Dracula himself became.
Just got
but he could. Yeah. Dracula in that book could turn into mist and bats and whatever. So there was some kind of metamorphosis occurring.
True, but yeah, I never quite understood that because nowhere in the natural world do we see like bats taking over, and they're like, "We now control you, Mr. Wolf. Hunt for us."
It happens. It's the vampire bats. They're strong, so they have to have bigger creatures going. Right? And they're always biting people's toes. That's always the picture you see in the medical books and whatever. Is that they're always they'll bite you on the big toe. Well, who the hell sleeps with their feet sticking way out the window like that?
Yeah, don't run around in the dark with no fucking shoes on.
Right, right. But it's when you're sleeping because that's when the vampire.
But I like what you said earlier about the werewolves. They're more loyal.
They are, yeah. Werewolves are more loyal.
They're easier to train, man.
Well, they're easier to train. They're more loyal, and they've got the pack mentality. So you'll always be alpha as long as nobody challenges you, and if they do, whoop their fucking ass.
Yeah, you gotta get them when they're a little aware.
Yeah.
And just beat them with a newspaper until they do what you tell them to.
Well, and see, I've heard also of born creatures, and then becoming human and going into human form. So their natural state is an animal, and then they can turn into a human. So it's like it's still aware, sort of. Except for the fact that where, means man.
Where are we going with this?
Yeah, but where means man, and that's why it's werewolf, man-wolf.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, I guess you would just call them whatever their animal beast is then, wolf-man instead of man-wolf.
That works.
Yeah.
Man-fish. Nobody ever turns into a fish. Except for Aquaman, he's a pussy.
Mermaids and mermen. Duh.
I saw the mermaid documentary.
I did
They're
too.
real. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did. I caught it. It was pretty awesome.
It was kind of a neat idea, but I can't believe people took it so seriously.
But no joke, people take this werewolf shit seriously. There are people that keep a silver bullet on a necklace. Like, you're just going to randomly find a gun that can fire this caliber bullet at any time you need it.
You never know, man.
But what's up with that? Silver harms vampires and werewolves. And I don't know what about silver. Must be a pure metal.
It's something about the purity of the metal. Yeah, that's what all of it had to do with. Well, actually, no. The werewolf thing. There was no mention anywhere in the folklore of silver bullets until
there was guns.
The 20th century.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Okay. So before that, it was things like wolf's bane, and I think there were different herbs and oils that you would use to repel the werewolf.
Yeah. Well, kind of like with vampires with the garlic, I think.
Yeah,
it repels them.
Or maybe we're living in a real True Blood world, and those werewolves and vampires have taken over completely, and now they're just spreading bullshit so we can't fight back.
Obviously. Whoa. Well, if you want to catch a vampire... No, if you want to catch a vampire, what you're supposed to do is throw a handful of seeds on the ground, because they have to stop and count them all before they can pass by.
Where did that story come from?
Who the fuck knows,
I've heard that a few times, and I think that's hilarious.
Well,
because I've always got pocket lint or something.
What are they, stupid? Like, no, I'm sorry, I've got such bad OCD, I'm monk here. I've got to stop and count all this shit before I can continue chasing you. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a little bit ridiculous. But it's funny. It's funny to think of. I would just, if you knew for a fact they were real and it worked, just walk around with a handful of rice.
No, well, I don't know if rice would work. You'd be married then to whatever creature you threw it at. Or wishing them many children. Yeah. I bet birdseed would work, though.
There you go.
Yeah,
small enough.
Yeah, and it's not toxic. It's seed. It's fine.
But either way, I think I'd rather just hit him with a silver chain. That seems to work pretty well in all the movies and TV shows.
Well, and about the silver that I wonder is, metaphysically speaking, because I'm a big believer in the metaphysics world, I've heard that women are the only gender. There's only the two. Well, I guess there's a tertiary gender, but we won't go into that today. But that women are supposed to wear silver and men are supposed to wear gold because silver has to do with the moon. And that's why women should wear it, is that cosmically it flows better with the chi or what the fuck, I don't know.
What does the gold do?
The gold is manly, dude. It's the sun, Apollo. The fuck are you talking? What are you doing?
It's petrified prehistoric animal shit. You're just like, here, we'll wear this pure silver. You wear the shit.
Exactly. But no, it has to do with the sun god, Apollo.
Okay.
Holy is his name. I'm not a Wiccan.
Wait, what did you call him?
Apollo, the sun god.
No, what else did you call him?
Holy is his name.
Oh, Holy is his name.
Yeah,
right, I'm sorry,
you gotta show respect to the gods and goddesses or they smite the shit out of you, bro. What the fuck are you doing? I tell you that all the time.
I've besmirched them all and none of them have come down for vengeance yet.
See, I did, and they binged the shit out of me, so I respect all of them.
Sometimes I do feel like I've had some...
I go into voodoo and everything, though.
Maybe that is my problem.
Yeah, well, but the Voodoo Central down there in New Orleans is where I first learned about the loup-garou, which is a werewolf creature that lives in the swamps and bogs and attacks people.
Yeah, that one is an interesting tale, because it's not... That one that you don't change if you're bitten, right?
You get bitten, but as long as you speak not of it, as long as you don't speak of it for 1 year and 1 day, then you will not become a loup-garou yourself. But that's where a lot of the Bayou folk that I came across, we talked about it, because I was just riveted once I heard this legend. I asked everybody I could find about it. And a lot of the Bayou folk told me, well, that's what they used to explain a lot of the missing persons. That they assume that their family members who go out into the swamp either got chewed up by gators or the loup-garou got them.
Crazy.
Isn't that kind of sad, though? Like, your family just comes up missing, you're like, oh, loup-garou.
Yeah, fucking werewolves, man.
They're everywhere. What are you going to do?
Dingo ate my buddy Chris's baby when he was in Australia.
It's fucked up, all this baby eating that goes on.
But that's a nuts idea. I mean, really, if you got bit, could you keep it a secret? If you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt.
But yeah, you can't tell anybody.
This creature is real. I've seen it. It fucking bit me.
If you got bit and you came home and told your wife, then guess what? You became one.
Fuck that. I'm going to become one immediately. So
yeah.
Guess what happened to me, guys?
Well, and apparently from the movie, a wolf is, if you bang a wolf enough times, you'll turn into one. So, I mean, shit. What are you going to do?
Some of us can't stop our bestiality ways.
Yeah. Well, I don't mean a literal wolf. I mean a werewolf. I mean, he might have been a wolf form sometimes, though.
Yeah.
It's good to get down. And maybe that's why people like vampires more than werewolves. Maybe. Jiffy. But yeah, maybe that's why people like vampires more than werewolves, is because vampires don't turn into hairy beasts.
That could be.
They turn into bats, which are small.
They just get all glittery and run up trees.
Oh, Jesus, right? And you know what? I like the Twilight books. I did.
I'm sorry.
Which had werewolves in them. They just go together now. Like
that was basically just taking all of women's lib, crippling it in a ball, and throwing it out.
Ice water.
This worthless girl who could not do a single thing for herself. I have to have these men come and save me from I've got a hangnail. I need a vampire to protect me.
You know how much chicks would want to have a dude that wasn't a piece of shit just come and be like, let me fix that for you. And you'd be like, thank you.
You'd be like, look, you sparkling metrosexual. I'm not interested in going that way.
No, dude, like, I don't even know what was up with the casting in that movie, although Jacob was pretty hot for a kid. Yeah, it's kind of, I feel a little dirty about it, but the kid was hot. But that's another example of bringing werewolves and vampires together, and they can't get along because the pale ones, or whatever they called them in that book/film series, they couldn't stop feeding on the land, blah, 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 whatever. I don't know. I did read them all. I did, a long time ago.
I don't know. It seems a little... I mean, the werewolf concept is really cool. I love stories like Wolfen, or American Werewolf in Paris, or American Werewolf in London. Both of those were pretty decent, good movies. Vampires, I just don't care. See,
I like vampires better than I do werewolves.
I love, like, some of the mythology I've heard of the vampire is pretty damn cool. You know, obviously you're living forever, which I'm still on the fence about. I don't know if I want that to happen.
Well, I mean, you always have the option to
just go for a daylight walk.
Yeah, a daylight walk, or ingest some silver, because silver works on vampires too. Or you could stop feeding, and eventually you'll just be like all comatose and not be able to move unless a snake happens by your mouth.
Well, no, because
which is how Lestat made it when he was in the swamp.
Every vampire story that I've ever heard goes the same way when it comes to somebody not feeding. You know, if they're buried.
They just become all little.
They just get all withered up, and they're like, "I'm still fucking here, staring at a black wall, evaporating into nothing."
I wonder if you could cut your own head off, or rip your own head off, like in the labyrinth. Those creatures tear your head off.
If you're strong enough.
Yeah. So you always have that option.
Dance, magic dance.
Yeah. That dance number scared the shit out of me. As a youngster, that dance number scared the shit out of me. It really did. But yeah, but with the vampire mythology, which I admit I know a lot more about because there's so much more information available.
Oh yeah, I've read so many damn vampire books and the mythos as well as fiction. But.
Right, yeah, both. But with were creatures, do you think there's any possibilities that it could exist? There could be some kind of people that are able to change into another animal of some kind.
I am of the mindset where anything is possible.
Me too, and I'm like, that sounds so crazy. I'm glad that you agree.
I mean, really, look. I always go back to the same fucking story of every cell in a human body is made up of about 100 billion atoms. Every atom tends to look exactly like our solar system.
Yeah.
Okay, if everything can be linked up like that, who's to fucking say bone structure can't change once in a while on an aberrant being and it could turn into something else? It's possible. I don't doubt it at all.
Well,
maybe it's just another species that we don't really know that much about because they tend to keep hidden. Or they tend to write their own stories and call it fiction. Ha-ha!
Ha-ha!
You never know.
Yeah. Stephanie Myers, are you a werewolf? She is.
You know, I did see one of her movies.
Host?
The Host.
I tried to read that book and I could not get past page 2 and I put that fucking piece of shit down. And everybody's like, no, it's really good. Fuck that. If I can't get past page 2, you lost me.
It was an awesome idea for a story. She fucked
aliens.
It up.
I don't like. I cannot stand to read books about like space travel and aliens and shit. Yeah,
you are not a nerd.
Not a proper one.
No.
Yeah, not a proper nerd. But there's a book series that's all about like different like werewolves and were creatures and vampires and stuff. And that author wrote another book series about space travel. And I tried to read one of them, and I'm like, this is a piece of shit. I just can't do it.
No, I love some sci-fi, but I can get down with some weird horror stories.
I consider horror story sci-fi, so. That's how I get my nerd crown. It's on the Sci-Fi Channel, even when they did tell you to change the spelling like that. What the fuck? Siffy.
It's like the IHOP.
Yeah.
You know, the International House of Pancakes, which nobody seems to know that that's what it is anymore.
Yeah, I would love to go for Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity right now.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I think we gotta drive like 30 miles to get to one.
Yeah, it's true.
That's bullshit.
If we were vampires, we could fly.
Oh, yeah, but then we wouldn't be interested in anything other than...
Not true.
Slit the waitress's throat and cover it.
No, I've read book series where vampires eat real food. And they eat a lot of it because their metabolisms are so much faster. And wolves probably would do the same thing where they would eat like 10 times the amount
of the werewolves, they tend to eat everything.
I could be down with that. If I could be a supernatural creature that would just allow me to eat anything, I'd be like, this is so good. I can hit up McDonald's the way I like.
Sorry, you've had a 15,000 calorie meal. That's all right, I'm going to turn into a dog and run it off on the way home.
Exactly, and I'd be down with that.
Some bunnies and some squirrels. I'm going to be cool.
Right?
That would be awesome. Now, I had one bit... I don't remember the name of this book. It's probably been 25, 30 years since I read the damn thing. But it was a vampire story, and they talked about... somewhere in the book it alluded to the fact that vampires could go out in the daylight, but every time they did, it would age them by like a day.
Okay.
So if they wanted to live a normal lifespan, they would just go out every day. But if they wanted to remain young forever, they would stay in. Interesting.
Yeah, I have not read that one. But I have read where...
It's probably something from Scholastic, thinking back on it. That was like 4th grade.
Like Goosebumps or something.
The girl stole
Bunnicula, the bunny vampire that ate carrots.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Kill him with a toothpick.
It's true. But, I have read books where the vampire could age... Well, they did age. They continued to age, like, 1 day for every year a human would age. So, like, for every annually, they would age 1 day, basically. So, that still increases your lifespan to, like, 1,000 years almost. I'd be down.
You could do a lot if you were able to live 1,000 years. I don't want to be here forever.
Right. I don't blame you. Especially after, like, if it's just you and the cockroaches. Really.
Like, well, there was the apocalypse.
The werewolves all
I've been really fucking bored since then.
Yeah. It's true. But yeah, the werewolves, they wouldn't make it if there was some kind of big cataclysmic stuff, I don't think.
No, the vampires might.
Unless they don't have anything to feed on.
They'd be really hungry,
yeah, depending on what's going on, like, mythos-wise. But yeah, I do think that's possible. I think everything's possible.
Everything is possible. I mean, there are so many different species of animal out there that survive strictly off the blood of others.
Mm-hmm.
It's entirely possible that a vampire could be real. Do they only come out at night, or does garlic hurt them and all that shit? That's probably just superstition for the most part.
It just made me laugh about... There was an author I read, Trisha Baker, awesome author. We're Facebook friends. Yeah. But anyway, she one of her characters named Simon Bolivar in her novels. He was talking to his young protege and said something to the effect of, well, if food could actually hurt us, like garlic and these different foods, why wouldn't people just shove a chocolate bar down my throat instead of trying to steak me all the time? And it was hilarious.
That is a pretty good line.
Yeah, I was like, why wouldn't you just shove a chocolate bar down my throat? Awesome. I love Hershey's.
Like, you know what? No, Hershey's isn't all that delicious. Fuck them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dove.
Yeah, Dove's pretty good.
Dove is pretty good.
I can't argue with that one.
Lindt truffles, those are the shit, dude. I love the hazelnut ones. If you guys want to send me some shit, I love those hazelnut truffles. They're so good.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We need a P.O. box for this stuff.
I know, right? P.O. box at Bill's house. I'll swing by and pick it up. That's what I'm saying.
Just drop it off on his porch. He's cool. He wants everybody to know where he lives.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, there's so much good food. That would probably be the worst part of becoming a vampire. So you can't eat anything you want anymore.
I probably shouldn't have just chewed up this ice cube on camera.
Fuck it. It's
too noisy, my bad.
Yeah.
Iron deficiency because I didn't feed enough blood, I guess.
Yep.
That's what they say, though, about chewing ice. It's iron. It's essentially
you get iron from the water, and chewing it somehow makes it all better. I don't understand how that works, but yeah,
I think it's supposed to be a sign of anemia. Whatever.
It could be, but I think there's actually scientific data to back up the fact that most people who crunch their ice on a regular basis are anemic.
Maybe it's because most people were too poor when they were little and didn't have ice.
You're like, we didn't have crunchy candy, man. We ate ice cubes.
Right. Cereal. No. Yeah, we made our own snow cones out of Kool-Aid. Yeah.
Because you didn't say peeing in the snow.
No. Pineapple flavored. That's awesome. Yeah.
But if you could become a vampire and live like 1,000 years, that would be pretty badass.
Well, think of the amount of stuff you could learn in that period of time. And people are always like, oh, well, you'd be really sad because everybody you know would die. Well, they're going to any fucking way. At least I'd have plenty of time to meet new people. I might outlive some of them. I might not.
Everybody's going to die at some point.
So at least I'd have a chance to meet new people. And, I mean, really, I assume I would have some kind of wicked powers because if I did, I would go around taking people's money. I would. I'd be that vampire that's like, here, let me drain you financially. Yeah, that would be me.
I would just
Black Widow vampire.
I would glamour the shit out of people. Mostly rich folks. Like, you don't even
just move super fast. You can get in and out of the bank vault quick, lickety split. Yeah. And if you're a werewolf, fuck it. You can walk in and steal stuff carried out with your teeth. What? Somebody's gonna stop you?
Like, right? Well, I got security footage of a giant dog stealing shit. That would be if you could keep. Well, that was the thing. Some of the folklore for werewolves say that you're not anthropomorphic at that point. You don't have your human emotions. You've reverted to being the animal.
The beast.
Yeah, the beast within.
No beauty.
But maybe that beast wants some money too.
But I can assure you, if they can teach those monkeys to go and pickpocket people, I can teach my wolf inner self to fucking pickpocket people.
Teach them in India. There's or it might be India. There's baboons and whatnot that run around in the streets. Yeah. They're considered sacred, so they don't harm them. Those motherfuckers pickpockets all the time. They're not working for people. They just steal shit.
They're shiny. But yeah, but true. You can't teach the monkeys, and apparently they can just pick it up on their own because they're thieving bastards. But I'm pretty sure I could teach my wolf self to steal.
Yeah, when you think about that, look at a baboon's face and the way their incisors are really long. It's almost vampiric or like a dog. Maybe somewhere along the evolutionary line there were groups of people who were not fully in our form yet, but they had the larger canine teeth.
Sasquatches.
Yeah, Sasquatch. He could be the werewolf. We've just mistaken him for somebody else. Because sometimes he looks like a person. Sometimes he looks like a wild fucking animal.
Well, and what if? Because way back in the day, they used to kill babies left and right when babies were born with anything abnormal about them. If they were born with, webbing between their fingers or toes, or sometimes babies were born with teeth, so obviously they must be vampires. And so maybe sometimes babies were just born really fucking hairy, or people became hairy in life. We know some people that are fucking straight up furballs.
Oh yeah, take off your shirt, looks like you're wearing a sweater.
Yeah, you're like
the T-Bear.
Yeah,
knows what's going on.
What's up, guy?
But no, there's a family of people from Mexico.
I was just thinking about them. Yeah,
and they're just fully covered in hair.
That's sad.
They don't seem to find it.
They don't seem to mind it at all. But I weep for them internally because it's gross. Oh my god!
I just keep because their faces and everything.
But it doesn't appear that the women are affected by it. The women appear to not be as furry as the men.
No, and I think each of the guys that I've seen it with, they've got girlfriends.
Hell yeah!
The girls don't seem to mind at all.
They can get the tickets for the circus, dude. That's why. Yeah.
Like, you think you know what doggy style is.
But at any rate,
knows.
But truly, girls really don't mind appearance much. Like, it doesn't really matter to girls usually. Like, you can be 8 foot tall with no teeth and all hunchbacked and creepy, and you'll still get a lady.
Maybe to some, but some girls are really hung up on stupid shit.
Not the girls I know.
Well,
the girls I know are like, I just want a guy that's not going to steal from me when I go to work and stuff.
Yeah.
That's all. I want a guy that's not going to try to bang my mom. Or whatever.
They're so rare to come
be they a werewolf or not, it matters not to me. I'll take a werewolf, vampire, Aquaman, I don't care.
Aquaman.
Yeah, Aquaman.
Aquaman's back at the Halls of Justice making fucking sandwiches because he's worthless.
You leave that guy alone. We could go swimming, and I'd never drown.
I really doubt that he'll make it to the Justice League movie, but you never know.
I don't know.
But yeah, let's see here. Where else could we go with that werewolf vampire stories?
Well, with the werewolves, not only are there Native American legends about it, but there's a psychiatric condition.
Yeah, lycanthropy.
Yeah, that you have a delusional belief that you truly are a werewolf, and you will you will manifest signs of extreme sweating, and your heart will increase, stuff like that, maybe pupil dilation. I've never known of a case where fur started sprouting. But I have seen people in deep delusional states. I haven't seen any
scientific proof of the hair sprouting off people. Nobody's caught that, but yeah.
No, it's on YouTube. I saw some videos. Oh, and we forgot to bring up that we watched that spell. We're actually going to turn into werewolves now.
We're going to become werewolves.
Yeah, we watched the spell on YouTube, and we said it 10 times.
I say when it happens, we totally film the transformation. We're going to prove it to the world. Or not.
No, I heard there was going to be a transformation during the show.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. We're going to tape it.
Like the shapeshifters?
Yeah.
David Icke style?
Yeah. What are these goddamn animals? Yeah. But truly, there's this crazy psychiatric condition, and it's just like any other delusional condition where you've got this deep belief, and you, no matter what anyone says, you will not believe what they're telling you is true. That you know for a fact. It's like those of us who are paranoid enough to believe that we're on the Truman Show. Yeah. Paid extras.
There is a camera pointing at us.
There's at least one. Yeah.
And I am a hired actor.
He is.
I don't know why the hell I sit next to you.
Especially when I'm wearing this silver jewelry that smells funky. It's all tarnished and stinks. But I had to protect myself from the were creature to my side.
Yeah, it's all tarnished and stinks. Did you say you cleaned it in vinegar?
I did. I soaked it in vinegar, and so now it smells like I don't that tarnish has a fart smell. So now it smells like fart and vinegar. It's really fucking classy.
Do you smell the fart acting where you just put on a line and you go...
Am I doing it?
I think so.
Yeah. See, I'm a good actor.
Just that pause intrigued you.
Yes.
What the hell am I smelling? Better pretend everything's okay now.
Yeah. But, this is such cheap jewelry. It's the necklace and earrings both cost maybe $5 together. And so I'm just not going to take it somewhere and have the funk cleaned off. I tried to do it myself, and now it stinks.
Oh, no. Buy some cheap jewelry cleaner. Or, actually, vinegar works best, because any of that, whenever you get that cheap-ass jewelry, you get, the green shit that builds up on it. It's just a type of mold. But the vinegar will kill that. I figure I've got my neck area pretty well protected from werewolves and vampires now. I've got this glittery costume jewelry that's made of some kind of very cheap silver. You wearing some kind of silver garter around your femoral artery? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the way to do it, because they'll bite you down there, too. I hope they do. I'd love it. Oh, yeah. But, yeah, so...
we're going to turn into werewolves ourselves because we watched that video. I can't talk today. We watched that video and we did the spell, so...
Wasn't a full moon.
Dude, it's practically...
Who knows?
It's practically a full moon as far as I fucking care.
This is 21st or 22nd?
We are the 21st right now.
Okay, so the full moon is tomorrow. Yeah, we're close enough.
Exactly. There's the 3-day full moon.
Yeah.
72 hours. Yeah.
Now,
and that's in the book series, at least the True Blood series, that's how it is for 3 days. That they are forced to transform. That the rest of the time they can metamorphosize and change into another form.
But during that period.
But during that time, unless they drink some kind of special concoction.
Okay.
Then they can't. The book series and the show are totally different. So if you are fans of the show, you may not like the books and vice versa. They're totally... The first book and the first season were very similar, but then after that, nothing's the same. A few characters' names are the same. That's about it.
Does Tara even exist in the books?
She does, just not as the same character at all as she is in the... Okay. I'm pretty sure she's white in the books, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Like, I don't remember them actually saying, but she just seems pretty white.
She seems like a damn hunky.
Right.
Yeah, alright. I understand.
Uber Blanca is what I say. Mm-hmm.
Bleached blonde.
But yeah, if you're a person that likes to read, you may like it. But just understand they're not...
My wife read like the first 3 books or something. She seemed to enjoy it.
I liked them. I read, 10 of them, something like that.
I haven't read any of them.
I read a lot.
I read all the time, but I try not to read.
He reads smart stuff. I'm all like, what here costs $1.50? That's what I want to read. I like that book.
Although I'm reading book 3 of Game of Thrones right now. Still, okay. I've been reading it forever because I can't make time to read as often as I want to, but...
Well, we're going to switch to books on tape.
I'm telling you, I should be doing that all the time.
I would love to have books on tape. Hint, audible.com. That's who I want to be our sponsor because I fucking love that shit. I love to put it on my transportable device.
Great service.
Yeah.
But only if you're willing to pay for it.
That's what I'm saying. And they've got the offer where you can get 1 book free. I respect that, but I can't give you my credit card number.
Yeah.
I have a thing.
I will gladly sell your services if you give me free shit.
Well, and I'd really even pay for it if I had the money.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, let's increase our revenue so I can buy some shit.
That would be a plan. We need to set up something as far as that goes. Our website will be worked on pretty soon, I believe. Didn't really get too much of a chance to work on that yesterday. We were a little busy with other things, but...
I wasn't there.
Yeah, our guy is going to be taking care of it.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah, except he responds much more rapidly to your messages than mine. He likes you better. And it's just, I know that's the truth. He just likes you better.
We're bros.
Yeah, bros before hoes, always.
Yeah, we've been best friends for like 10 years now.
Yeah, it's true. Just because I only talk to the guy once every 5 or 10 years doesn't mean anything. We're close.
No, he still talks about you. Actually, he still calls you Can of Banana.
That's funny. Yeah. It's true.
No, it works.
I've known that.
But he never asked if you were a werewolf or a vampire.
I can't believe he wouldn't even be concerned about it. I asked straight up if he was a werewolf.
Yeah, I know. I think he's just a bear.
Yeah, he's a werebear.
He's a werebear.
But there is a book series that I really like that's all about different were creatures, and they have werebears.
Really?
Werebears, like I said, dragons. I said that before. But yeah, it's a whole amazing universe. And if anyone figures out this author's name, I know it. I'm just not going to say it during this episode because I've said it during other episodes. And I want to know if anybody can think of one. If anybody can figure out this series names, I'll send you one of my old books. I'll even write an autograph for you. And by old book, I mean a book that bitch wrote and I read, and it's been sitting on my shelf. And I own it because I bought it, and I will write some kind of description and I will send it to you if you pay the shipping and handling.
I just realized I was reading a series on werewolves at one point. A supernatural romance, if you will.
I love them.
It was actually set back in like medieval times. It was about some girl who she was being held prisoner by the church, I believe, because they knew she was a werewolf. And now I'm going to have to go back and search for it because I realized that was only book 1 of 3, and I never read the others because they weren't out at the time.
See?
The things we bring up in this damn show.
I know, and it's all related.
Everything's related. Everything is from the same source.
Exactly. But I think we're going to have to wrap up this episode early. I'm done talking.
I agree. I've got nothing else to say about werewolves. I'd like to be a vampire, but only if I get to die eventually.
But why would it? But everyone always is that. Everyone always picks vampire or werewolf.
Werewolf, I think, would be a lot more badass because you could still age, but you could just do whatever the fuck you want.
But in some book series, they age slower. Like they'll have a 400-year lifespan.
Like the Dunedain.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings style. Oh yeah. kind of nerd, not hers.
No, my kind's like, I like Sci-Fi Channel. That was my dog, little Judah, barking. He's named after the show
He was in the video footage.
Yeah.
On our Finding Bigfoot episode.
It's true, but he's going to be coming out with his own show soon, too, and this is just a quick plug for Judge Judah.
Wow.
So, yeah, he's going to have his own show. It's going to be awesome. But I'm going to wrap it up for today. And
yeah, I think I'm done.
Yeah, so make sure you wear plenty of silver because it keeps you safe from everything, but only if you're female. So, sorry about your luck, guys.
Use Wolfsbane. I hear it works better.
Yeah, maybe it tastes good. I don't know.
Bye. Let the survivors tell us the truth.
See ya.
See ya.